In order to create an account where you are an observer for students, what you're going to need to do is first ensure that your student is with you, and then you'll be able to walk through these steps. You don't need all of the students with you at one time. You just need to start with one student that you work with. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to lps53.instructure.com, and you're going to get to the login page. If you've already created a username and password, you can log in, and then we will talk later how to get you guys an observer code. But for people that haven't created the account yet, what you're going to do is go to the upper right-hand section where it asks if you are a parent of a Canvas user, and then you're going to click to create an account. In order to create an account, you are going to fill in your name, you're going to select an email address that you want to log in with, and create your own password. Then it's going to ask you for a student pairing code. This is where you're going to need the student sitting next to you with their iPad in order to find that code. So I'm going to show you what that looks like from the student iPad. So once I get to this point, I'm going to just ask the student to get on their device. Let me AirPlay this real quick. Okay, so once the student is on their device, you're going to ask them to go to the Student Canvas app. And so I'm going to go ahead and click that. And then the student will hopefully already be logged in, but if not, they can log in for you. And then to find their pairing code, you're going to ask them to go over to the upper left-hand side of their screen by where it has the 3 lines and select that. This is my daughter's personal account, so you'll notice that it is her courses and her name and email address. But then if I wanted to pair as an observer with her, I'm going to go down to the section that says Settings. When I select Settings, it's going to give me some options in this pop-up window, and I need to go to the part, or the student goes to the part that says Pair with Observer. I select that, and it's going to give me a code that is only valid for one time or for 7 days, whichever comes first. So when I'm ready now to actually go through and pair with this student, you would go back to your Safari sign-in page, and this is where you're going to put in that code that is showing up on the student's device. Then you click Start Participating, and it's going to log you in. Now, this is the part that for people that have already created an account, you will follow. So if I'm pairing with my students and I went through the first route, those folks are already logged in. But for everybody else, I'm going to show you what it looks like when I log in as a parent or observer. So I have created a completely different username for my own children, which is my regular email address. And then I'm going to click Login. So when I log in, I'm going to be able to see my daughter's dashboard that has all of the courses that she's in. I can also see the work that she still has coming up and a couple of general pieces of information when I click through. But you will want to add additional students as paired students with you. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to go over on the left-hand side to your account button, and then you're going to see some options, and the one you need to click is observing. So when you are observing, you can see that I've already decided that I would observe with both Ellie and Gavin, but if I was a para and needed to add more students, I would go through the same steps of asking the student to show me their pairing code on their device, and then I could add it in here. So let me see if I can get back to that pairing code. And then I can add the student, and it says I'm now observing Ellie Prim, so I know it was successful. You would do that for every student that you would have. You will need each individual student sitting next to you in order to go through this process. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen again with you, like what it's going to look like on your iPads when you are trying to help students then. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is you are going to go to your dashboard here, and you're going to notice that my classes for each student that I'm observing are listed under each course card. That will feel overwhelming at times because you are going to have to look for classes and students. So in here, I know somewhere is Gavin, so there is one of Gavin's classes on this side. In order to find and help the student that you're looking for, what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to what we call the Sharrow. So it's just the sharing arrow. And when you select it, it is going to ask you if you want to find something on the page. So if I'm helping Gavin, what I can do is I can type in his name, and it's going to say that there's one match. So then I click search, and I should be able to see where his is highlighted, and it will take me right there. So for him, it is just that one class. But let's say then that I want to help Ellie. This is not going to be as convenient because she has 7 classes, but you can see her name highlighted